All right, everybody, it's your guy, Josh G, hanging out here today at Indian River State College Athletics. And I have the pleasure of sitting next to Erin Ergle, the head coach of women's volleyball here.
Yes.
Erin, how are you today?
I'm doing great. Thank you so much for having me. I'm super excited to have this conversation with you.
Same, and I'm super excited to talk about your guys' playoff run, right?
Yes.
So this is something a little bit newer for the women's volleyball team, and I also understand that we were able to host it here at Indian River State College.
Yes.
So can you tell me a little bit more about that playoff run? Because I think that's really big, and then we're gonna run into how you got here.
Okay, so how we went off into that playoff run is last year our conference was going through, all the coaches get together with our state chair and our commissioner and everything like that, putting in bids of schools that would like to host the state tournament. And I was one of the first ones of Indian River wants to host. I want to get people here. I want the exposure of our team and our program because we have something so special here. And so that opportunity was open. So I was like, went to our athletic director, Scott. I'm like, is this possible? And he's like, let's do it. And I'm like, okay. So then we were able to host last year for the first time in program history. And it was absolutely a whirlwind. It was so cool just being able to host a state banquet and then the girls play in it and the community that came out to our games and everything like that was absolutely crazy. I don't even have words to describe it because it was just phenomenal. And just being able to play in postseason as well was a whirlwind. Honestly, I have no words because that was the first time in program history in a few years. We were on a stint of just shy of making postseason. And so we were hosting last year and I told the girls flat out, I said, we can either be the team playing in it or we can be the team working it. Which one do you want to do?
Your choice,
yeah,
right?
Your choice. Let's go. Here's the business plan. Here's our goals. This, if we want to achieve it, I know you girls can do it. And so they proved it and we played in it and it was absolutely crazy.
What I'm hearing here is amazing coach. But you haven't been a coach. So tell me about your journey, how Indian River State College was a part of it, and what brought you here as the head coach of women's volleyball.
Oh my gosh. I grew up here.
So you're local, born and bred?
Local. Raised, yes, I grew up here. I'm beautiful Port St. Lucie. I went to school around here, elementary school and also high school as well. And then I had the opportunity to play here my first 2 years in college under Stephanie Skidmore, which she still is around in our admin. So it's cool to be able to go to her for a lot of things. She was definitely a huge part of my career and my mentorship of having her. So I played here and then I transferred to a Division II school in Georgia, Valdosta State, played there for my last 2 years of eligibility. And then I was on my way back home looking for jobs and the assistant coach position was open at the time. And it's all about who you know,
right? You know that after you get that piece of paper. Yes.
Exactly. And I texted Stephanie and I said, hey, is this still open? And she's like, yeah, they're interviewing tomorrow. And I was like, oh no, okay.
Let's go.
You know, so I went ahead and applied and just went through the whole entire process. And you know, things went my way. Fortunately, I'm very thankful that I was given this opportunity, especially being young and being in that coaching position. But I knew this was something that I wanted to do. In hindsight, when I was coming back home, I wasn't necessarily looking to be in college athletics. I knew I wanted to be still part of volleyball because I want to give back to that sport that I fell in love with.
That passion, right? That fire.
And being able to help these girls through things. And when you go through as a player, you learn a lot.
Yeah, let's talk more about that because this is one of the things that I love about IRSC athletics is I feel that you guys are more than just a coach, right? You're coaching these young men and young women both on and off the court. So you're pretty much responsible for 16 and I won't call them girls, 16 young women that are under your, so not only are you showing them what to do on the court, right, and getting them to the playoffs.
You have all these hats that you put on.
So how are you helping them succeed at life as well, not only on the court, but off the court?
Yeah, I think we have a really big belief in our culture and how we kind of have our girls get the buy-in, because that's all it is. College athletics is how to get these girls to buy into something bigger, not just sports. Sports are an added piece to your everyday life, how to go through adversity, how to tackle these challenges, or how to think outside the box when things come up. And so one thing that we really take pride in our culture is how to build up these young women to be strong, independent women with the volleyball piece added to it. Because we have a lot of values in our program, and it's actually the acronym of IRSC.
Tell us. I want to hear it. Let's go.
IRSC is I is impact. We want to be positively impacting our community, or just in the classroom or on the court in any which way. You always want to be kind to others because you never know what path you are crossing. R is resilient, how to bounce back from setbacks and how to overcome those
tough
things.
Loss, right?
Or if you fail a grade or something like that, like how are you going to bounce back? Is that going to define you? No, we're going to push through it. And how do you persevere? So R is resilient. S is servant leader. So putting your team's needs above your own. We're really huge on that because everything then starts cultivating itself when you are looking out for each other instead of being, and not being selfish. It actually goes a lot longer, not just you in the sport, but just in your work and your relationships with your family, your friends, your partners. It goes a long way being selfless. And how do you do that? And then C, the last one is character. I'm so huge on character, having a lot of integrity and respecting each other. And are you doing what's right behind closed doors? Are you only doing what's right when the people are watching, or are you doing what's right when
all the time?
All the time.
Yeah, when the cameras are off.
Exactly.
Are you still
exactly?
a person of principle?
With those, being able to really lock in on those, we have a lot of classroom sessions as well of getting really, vulnerable and deep. It's okay to have these emotions, but how do you have an adult conversation? Like, how do you have, if something doesn't go with your way, it's okay to agree to disagree. But we have these classroom sessions on actually how to build them up as people and how to be strong, independent women as well. And then all that they learn, they apply it to their sports or they apply it in the classroom. We set huge high standards for them because the only way that you can grow is to be uncomfortable. And if you set these uncomfortable high standards, like we know that they can reach them. They just have to get outside the comfort zone.
So since you're in the hot seat with me, I want to go on a deeper dive because I love the IRSC, and I want to take each four of those letters and break them down real quick. So impact, how are you, as your team, impacting the local community, the local college?
I love this one. So we actually give back to our community. We try to find as many volunteer opportunities that we can. We actually volunteer a lot with the local food bank, Treasure Coast Food Bank. Try to do the warehousing and pack up food and everything like that.
Oh, that's great.
We try to do that. There also was another big one that we do as a program every year, even before I wasn't here. Stephanie Skidmore actually started this tradition, and I was like, I have to continue this, is the waterway cleanup, the Treasure Coast waterway cleanup.
Oh, I love that.
We go out to all the beaches and we clean up all the trash and everything like that. But those are the two main ones that I can think on the top of my head. But we've also volunteered.
This would do the dig, right? Dig Pink, right? Which I love, right?
We always have a Dig Pink game, breast cancer aware this month. That is huge. In spring, there was also, this past spring, we worked with the St. Lucie Chamber as well, like being involved with some of their events and just, any opportunity that anybody reaches out to me about, I'm like, we need to do it because I want to give back to the community that comes and supports us.
Awesome. And then R, resilience.
Yes.
Tell me how you apply that with the team.
Yeah. So one thing that is huge, and the reason why we chose resilient is because there's times when there's matches that something probably is just not clicking.
It's going off script.
Yeah, it's going off script. It's not the game plan or anything like that. But what you choose mentally is how you're going to break through. And so we use a lot of different situations just in practice, like to how to be mentally tough. But we also give them key things in the classroom as well of, okay, how do you, if a situation is just thrown at you and it's not something that is by the book, are you just going to be mad or upset about it and not do something about it? Then you can't be mad or upset about it because you're not doing something about it. But how are we going to get through that setback? And so one big one that we use actually on the court is a reset breath and how to ground yourself again because you're going through so many emotions, adrenaline.
So show us the reset breath. I'm going to put you on the spot for let's do it right now. So how do we do that? Because this is applicable in everyday life.
So what we teach is you close your eyes.
Okay.
If we're in a timeout or anything like that, you would close your eyes. You would think about 3 things that you want to be successful at. Each time you take a breath in, you think about that thing. And then when you exhale, you think about all the negative thoughts that you have. And then I would say, inhale and exhale. Remember who you are and exhale. and
That's
then open your
fantastic.
eyes. And then we go over the game plan again. It's just, okay, we just need to relax and we need to stay grounded.
A woosah moment. I
Yeah.
love that. So with that then parlays right into the S,
Yeah.
which I love and I preach and I live by, which is servant
Yes.
leadership.
Yes.
Not leadership.
No,
servant. You have to serve. You cannot lead
Yes.
unless you know how to serve.
Exactly.
So tell us more about that.
Yeah, so that one I think plays a huge part in any culture or any work environment that you are in.
Absolutely.
Or just in general day-to-day life. I'm huge about giving back and just being selfless. Obviously, you have to take care of yourself, because if you can't take care of yourself, then you can't
pour
serve.
from an empty cup.
Exactly. And so we talk about filling your E-tank. If your E-tank is low, you got to fuel it up a little bit.
Is that emotional tank? Or, okay.
Either. So we use actually the analogy of a car. You can't drive your car if it's on E. So you can't give back unless you're on E.
You got to be full.
Exactly. So we talk about that and just how you can serve others. An example that we use all the time is we do have freshmen and sophomores. Those are our two classes that we have being a junior college. Just because a freshman comes in doesn't mean they're always the ones taking down the net. No. Sophomores, you are there, you are doing things without even asking. You're showing them how to serve others. And again, putting the team's needs above your own. On the court, again, if this girl in your position is being on it and on fire and doing what she needs to do, you're going to be happy and cheering her on and being successful, because that's what a good teammate does. In the classroom as well, if you see somebody struggling, hey, I can help you out with this math problem. And just being able to serve others and just be selfless is what we're all about.
So what you're doing through that is the last one, C. You're helping them build character.
Yes.
Talk more about that. Let's go.
I'm huge on character. Your character sticks with you through a lot of things. You're applying for jobs, references. You have to find references that are going to help build you up for you to get that job, that dream job that you want. And just your character is really huge, because you want to be reliable and you want to be around good people that make good decisions, but also fills your cup. Again, they all intertwine with each other. And I don't know, character is just really huge on me, and just respecting others. You can have disagreements, but you can still be okay to be around each other and everything like that. It's just like family. When you guys argue and fight, you still respect each other and you still love each other. And that, I think, helps build their character as well.
Exactly. And that's part of a team dynamic. You can't have your setter feuding with your spike, right?
Yeah.
It's not gonna work, right?
Sure.
So you got to put that behind. You got to figure out a way,
Yes.
right? And then handle that business on the court. So speaking of which, you have 16 women
we do.
that you are responsible for. Where do they come from? Are they all local kids? How do they come here to play?
So out of the 16, we have 2 local girls. We have 2 Port St. Lucie girls. The last season, we had 3 Port St. Lucie girls, actually 1 from Palm City, 1 from Okeechobee, and then 1 from Port St. Lucie. So we do pick up some local talent for sure, especially in volleyball. I think our local talent is huge.
Pretty good, yeah.
And has pretty good experience and everything like that, with some great coaching. So it's awesome to be able to keep those kids around and give them the opportunity. And then the other majority of our team is from the state of Florida, all over the state of Florida, literally all the way north, south, east, west, all over. And then this year we have 4 out-of-state girls, 1 from Brazil. I love Miss Giovanna. She's one of our setters. Lucky to have her return. She's amazing. And 2 freshmen, 1 from Georgia and 1 from Iowa. And then we have a transfer, libero, coming in from Arkansas that I'm super excited about, all of them.
So that's awesome. So you're pulling talent, keeping the talent here in the state of Florida, which is awesome. But now with this being a JUCO, what's the next step? Do they get their 2-year degree here and then enter the workforce? Do they go to a D1? Do they dual enroll? What would be that journey saying, okay, I'm a good high school student. There's an opportunity for scholarships. Let's talk more about that career journey, that educational journey, with volleyball being a doorway or an door opener for them.
I think for every sport, sometimes there's not opportunities at a lot of kids' back door, especially being in the recruiting process, or maybe they're just not educated on the recruiting process, that maybe they're starting too late or too early, where junior colleges, maybe I'm biased because I coach at one, and also played at one, but I think junior colleges give you ample opportunity to get those big D1 dreams or those big offers that you are looking for, whether it's D2, D3, NAI. Those opportunities may not be at your becky door when you're coming out of high school, but when you're coming out of a junior college, those opportunities actually expand a little bit more because you have the college experience and also have taken college classes. you've been in the program, you know exactly what it takes to be a college athlete.
Be a student athlete.
And so we have opportunity to offer scholarships as well with our local girls. They have the opportunity to do the Promise program, which is really awesome. One thing that our college does.
Love the Promise program, free education.
Yes.
Ask me how.
Yes, and so we are able to do that, as well as with all of our girls from the state of Florida or out of state. They have opportunity for a scholarship package as well to get their education paid for, which is
huge.
Absolutely huge.
Huge, especially with the cost of college education. Yeah. I tell a lot of people, if you're going that route, do 2 years at a junior college, whether you're playing sports or not. It's going to cut your tuition bill pretty much in half, and especially if you go through the Promise program. You're coming out with an AA or AS.
$0.
Let's go.
So they come here if they're a true high school graduate that has not done any dual enrollment or AP or IB. Like, there's other little college credits that you can also get. But a true high school student coming out of high school, coming into us, they are able to graduate with their AA degree within 2 years here. And that is our goal, at least our whole entire department. And I hold that very true to our values as well. Nobody can take that degree away from you. You can start your big girl job, or you can transfer to a 4-year school and get your undergrad and get your bachelor's program.
Correct, and that's very important because I did the same thing. I went to junior college before going to my 4-year university. Get that piece of paper first. Don't just say, okay, I got enough credits to transfer in as a junior, right?
No,
get that degree because exactly what you said, nobody can take that away from you. It's also proof of your hard work and your commitment to yourself, your career, and your higher education. So I love that. That is great advice. So in closing, what is your biggest impact on the kids? So in other words, what do you get out of it as a coach?
I think the biggest thing that I absolutely love is building the relationships that I can with my athletes, being able to have that open door and be in a season of life and where they're at that moment and being where their feet are right next to them. Whether if they're going through a hardship, that they're able to lean on me and then being able to see them out of that hardship, or even the fun moments as well, just being able to see the joy on their face and just be able to do certain things that I know the memories are going to last. Even they're going to be able to tell their family when they are old and have their kids and grandkids, they're able to reflect back on those memories. And I think that is the biggest piece that I love, is to being able to give back to these girls and see the change within 2 years. And then even after the 2 years, these girls are still texting me and calling me, hey coach, this is what just happened and this is what happened. And it's a rewarding feeling because you know you have helped them in their life at some point to be the person that they are. So I think that's the most impacting thing that I love watching.
I love that. Coach, you have been utterly amazing. So how does our audience follow you, the team, be updated about games, events, your community give-backs that you're doing? How do I get involved, or at least follow, become a fan of the women's volleyball team here?
So we have Instagram as our huge one, is that we Instagram and Facebook actually are pretty huge for us. And then we also have a Twitter, but it's IRSC VB. You can also find our athletics main page with all of our sports handles as well, because all of our sports do have Instagram. I am the person that also runs the main athletics page, as well as our softball coach. She's getting into it, but we post updates daily there. So that's where you can find all the info.
Awesome. So make sure to link up, follow on social media so you know about all the goings on. And most importantly, come on out and support these girls. They are busting their butts in the classroom and on the court. And how much does it cost for tickets to come out?
$0.
That's correct. So guys, listen, I hear it all the time. Nothing goes on at the Treasure Coast. You just don't know where to look. Sometimes stuff is buried deep, but it's out there. So if you're looking for a great night with your kids, that is totally free. Come on out, show support. You get out of the house, you have something to do, but more importantly, you're cheering these girls on that are working so hard.
Good competitive volleyball. So
absolutely.
If you're a volleyball fan, come on out.
Awesome. Coach, thank you for coming on the show. Good luck this season, and hopefully we'll see you in the playoffs again.
Oh, that's the plan.
Let's go.